Okay, hi everyone. I just wanted to introduce myself. So I'm the new program manager of the recreation program at North Toronto Soccer Club. And with the help of Elaine, who's also on this Zoom, she is the admin for this program. So with the help of her, we are able to present this awesome program. And as you guys are on this Zoom, you guys are interested in either volunteering as a team manager or as a team coach. So today we're kind of just going to go over the roles and responsibilities of these positions, how you're going to help this program succeed, and then we can answer any questions that you guys have.
You know,
What? Meet those people. Awesome. So we'll start with the volunteer team managers. So these people who are interested in doing this role will kind of be more of an assistant to our full-time, our paid staff that we have hired and trained for the program. So this will be for players that are between the ages of U4 to U12. And I'll kind of just go through the position summary and then the duties of these people. So our club has over 4,000 youth playing in our community. And the rec program has over 1,600 players in it. So it's kind of awesome that we have such a great foundation of youth in sport. And so with the help of you guys, we'll kind of just make this program run a little smoother, as well as make it the most enjoyable experience for everyone. So the volunteer team managers, this year we kind of altered the name of it just so that it was a little bit more clear for people. These volunteers will be helping our paid coaches, as I mentioned before. And mainly we need help with the first day of each session, or sorry, not each session, of the whole sessions. So that's because we have to distribute uniforms and equipment. And this can be kind of hectic for the coaches to do alone. So if there is a volunteer team manager, maybe they can help set out the uniforms and help distribute them to the players. There's a couple things here. We need to make sure that the correct players are being given the right uniform. So we just have to check based on whether the name is on the team list. And if you are a team manager, Elaine will send you a link with for a power up, and you'll have access to who is on the team. And that way we can just make sure that the players are getting the right uniform so that they're on the right team, and it's just a little bit smoother. Another side note about uniform distribution, I will tell our staff this, but it's also good for you guys to know that the lower the number, the smaller the size. So if someone is, on the wants a smaller size, make sure that they go to the lower numbers. And then if someone wants a larger size, it's going to be the higher number. And that's just easier to go through. Additionally, so you will be an on-field helper. So something that would be super helpful is just kind of welcoming players and making sure they're on the right team each week. And welcoming families, just saying hi. We kind of want to make that rapport and just have positive vibes on the side of the field. You will be able to assist the coaches with activities. So whether someone might need help setting up the field, or if they want to have a couple activities going on at once, we can have you guys help out there. And then what else? We also have, as I said this, we need the players to wear appropriate footwear and shin guards. So if you see players without that on, you are more than welcome to tell them, hi guys, just remember that we do need proper footwear and shin guards, especially taking off jewelry as well. It's great to have an extra pair of eyes just to help the coaches with this. And this is for safety. It's very important for this sport. So that's something that we do want you guys to look out for. And then also something that's really big that we would love your help with is substitutions. So our coaches will be game leaders for U4 all the way up to U8. U8, meaning that there's no specific ref on the field. So they'll be doing coaching and reffing at the same time with the help of the other team. So it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to make substitutions. So if you guys could help with the substitutions and making sure that everyone is having equal playing time and having the break that they need with water and everything. And then another big thing about this is the Spring Festival helper. So at the end of each season, especially this season, we have a festival weekend, and there's going to be lots of games going on. Everyone's going to be super excited. There'll be face painting and barbecue. So it's kind of great to have you guys help us with this day, just helping distribute medals, trophies, taking pictures, prizes, all this stuff. So it'd be helpful to have you there and just be someone to just spread the happiness and joy of this weekend, because we're really looking forward to it, and so do the players. And then again, yeah, we just want you guys to serve as a role model. We need to show that we are respectful to everyone. We're here just to have fun. So I know soccer can be really exciting, but at the end of the day, we want to remind ourselves that we're here to have fun. And that could come from our role models, such as our volunteers, as well as our coaches and referees. And this kind of extends to sporting behavior. So we do want to model this towards our players and kind of teach them the way, because a lot of them, this is the first time either playing a sport or playing soccer. So we just kind of want to show them what that entails. Yeah, so that is kind of everything that has to do with that. If you know someone who does want to also help on another team or with you, please email Elaine. Her email is here. We'll put it in the chat afterwards so everyone can have it. But so that's that portion. Sorry, Elaine, should we do questions on this now and then move on to the coaching for U13 plus?
We can, because
Okay.
the ones who are not U13 plus, if they want to leave, they can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions, I might have to, I need to see where the chat, oh, here's the chat. Yeah, please put it in the chat and we can kind of discuss about this, and then we can move on to the U13 plus, because that's a little bit different since we don't have paid coaches in that kind of portion of the recreation program. Any questions?
Oh, sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
So then will all the team manager information be in that Power Up app? Sorry, I missed that part at the beginning.
Oh,
So is there like a separate thing for the players and a separate thing for the team manager for information, or is it through email?
What do you mean by information? Like all the activities and that sort of thing?
Yeah, just if we're supposed to do anything, like the duties, or I don't know if the coach is sick, or I don't know, like what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. So if the coaches will always, like, there'll always be a coach there. That's on our kind of side of the program. But so if they need help, they will just say, hi, Karen, I need help doing this. So they'll kind of tell you where they need on the field. But kind of your major thing, I would say, throughout the season is the substitutions. That's kind of where we need the most help. So so Elaine, will the list of players be on, I think what Karen was saying, on Power Up in separate places?
It should be in Power Up. As a manager, you should be able to see the whole team list or all the players on the team. To be honest, I've never gone in that from the front end. I've always gone in through the back end. And if you don't see the team list, then let me know, because you should be, as a manager, you should have that access.
Yeah, so if you don't see it or you have any other questions, feel free to email us and we'll get to you. And we'll also be on the fields pretty much all the time. So just come by and say hi, and then we can discuss in person as well. So Mark asked how many kids are playing on the field at the same time. So it depends on the age group, but it ranges around 8 players on a team. And then, for U7, it's 8 players, I'm pretty sure, per team. And then on the field, it's 5v5. Does that answer the question? No problem.
I had a question, Taylor, if I could.
Yeah.
So I just jumped on. Thanks, Elaine, for sending the link before the meeting here. I can't even remember when I signed. My son's he's young, so he's just going to play U6 on
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Sundays. And I just jumped on, figured I'd jump on because I'm happy to help out from time to time. But I wanted to know, and I don't think I signed up when I originally registered him, but I honestly don't remember if I signed up to help or not, but I'm happy to do it from time to time. And I just wanted to know how many coaches, are you guys all set for that U6 group Tuesdays and then Sundays at 9 a.m. or do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head, but
Okay.
Typically it's harder to find coaches for some reason, for the younger ages, and also have many teams. So I would be very grateful if we could ask.
I'm sure you need help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come. Obviously, this Sunday it starts. I'll be there, and then I'll see who else is there, and I'll just let them know. I can't come. The problem is I can't commit fully, because I got 2 other kids with lots of activities. But anytime I'm there, which will be, a good percentage of the time, when I'm there, I'd rather help out and happy to do it.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. I'll write that down. So for that'll be at Eglinton Park. So yeah, you can find me at Eglinton Park and then we can just discuss in person as well.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. So how many kids? Yeah. This question about will the team manager be with the team where my kid is? Elaine, that's a yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So you will be with your kid. And then, yeah, that's kind of how we do it. So that's how that works. Yeah. No problem. Is there any other questions about that? And sorry, I will add for the festival weekend, we will be sending out information closer to that date when everything's planned. So we will inform all the volunteers. There'll be volunteers from our club. There'll be all of our coaches and staff there as well. So we'll kind of work together just to get this weekend going.
Just to clarify, the festival is for U6 to U10.
U10. Okay.
Right, at Eglinton. So the TFS, there won't be a barbecue there or the remote cheers. It's at Eglinton.
Could I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So when we registered, when I registered my 2 kids, I had indicated that I was happy to volunteer. When will we hear about which team, or if we are volunteering, or which team we're assigned to?
I'm working on it. I'm trying my best to
No, I
get
just
this
wanted to make sure I
done.
hadn't missed anything. That's all.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be sending out an email as soon as Power Up is updated and the information is there for you to look at.
Amazing. Thank you.
No problem.
That's similar to Yara's question. So it will be coming this week before Saturday, if that is the answer. I think if you expressed it in registration, that's enough, right, Elaine? Yeah. And then that will just be coming out, and we would love to have your help because that is awesome. And your kid would love to see you out there. I'm sure they'll be happy to have their parents involved as well. So I will just kind of, if you guys are still sticking around for the U13 plus, please stay on. If you're just interested in the U4 to U12 kind of team manager role, you're more than welcome to hop off the Zoom, as I know this is majority of people's lunchtime, so please enjoy. And if you have any other questions, I'll put my email in the chat down here, so you can email me or Elaine. So it's Taylor at northtoronto.soccer.com, and then Elaine's is this. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited to see you all on Saturday or Sunday, whichever day you'll be there, and looking forward to an awesome season. Okay, we'll we'll kind of just hop on to the next. So for volunteer recreational coaches, these people will have a little bit of a different role as because we have it's mainly only refs that are on the field that are paid from our staff. And then we have you guys as the volunteer coaches to coach the teams. So again, the roles and responsibilities are a little bit different. So the main thing is to be a positive role model at all times, embracing our values and principles, which can be found on our website. This is just important for the kids to kind of see what soccer is about. And the main thing is to be positive and have fun as well. So that's something that we're really looking forward from our coaches, volunteer coaches. Again, we need help with the distribution of equipment and uniforms. So Elaine and I and whoever else is on the field will have all the equipment there for you ready. It's just you guys have to distribute it to your teams. We'll also have the refs kind of help out because we know it can be a little bit hectic and everything. Elaine wants us to make sure that for this specific portion of the first day, that we make sure that we're giving it to the players that are on your team. This is super important just because if we give a player the wrong jersey, we're taking it from another player because most of our teams are fully packed. And we just want to make sure that we're putting them on the correct team so that they have the right information for the rest of the season. We will give you a list on Power Up as well, similar to the last volunteer manager kind of situation. So that's what that is going to happen there. Again, we need to make sure that all of our players are wearing the team uniform. This is just to make sure that everyone knows which team you're on, and it's just part of the game, as well as appropriate footwear and shin guards, and that's for safety. Again, if you see jewelry such as necklaces or earrings, please kind of encourage the players to take that off because that is something that we do enforce in the club and as well as Soccer Ontario. And that's for safety. If you can communicate with the parents, the convener, and NT staff. And this is just to make sure everyone knows what's going on. If you have any concerns, please bring it up to either me, Adrian, who is our head referee. You'll see him on the field a lot. He'll probably introduce himself to everyone. And then, or Elaine as well, because she will be able to help you via email and then also forward it to me if that's what I need to look at. And then be familiar with soccer rules, the club policy, and the code of conduct. So the biggest thing with the coaches is we are having a lot of new referees, or they're kind of on the younger side. It's kind of, a lot of them, it's a first part-time job. So we do try to be a little bit sensitive to that in the sense where we might make a mistake. And if there is a mistake made, we will try and fix that. Of course, we need to enforce the proper rules, but they are learning still. So we just kind of need to be a little bit hesitant on how we're talking to our refs and or other coaches or other players. We do have our harassment policy. So that's kind of something we don't expect that anyone really will breach this or anything, but it is set in place for safety of the players, the coaches, the refs, and everyone on the field, including yourselves. So we just want to be respectful for everyone. And I think everyone will be a non-parent, so the police check isn't needed, but if there is, we can talk to Elaine about that off this Zoom. And yeah, that's kind of everything for the coaching side. Is there any questions on these? Let me bring up the chat.
And then Hi.
Scroll down and
Hi.
say, like all these.
As with every other soccer event that I've been involved with my daughter, I've been voluntold that I'm doing this. So I'm like the extra resource for, I think it's the U13 girls.
Yeah.
I know that the schedule hasn't been put out and there's a whole bunch of things, especially with that group, that needs to be worked out. But can I get the names, or do we have the names of the other coaches? Because I think I'm supposed to be assisting. I don't think I'm supposed to be the actual head coach. And if the season actually does start this this weekend, will I have a conflict already? So it'd be good for us to be able to connect so that you have at least there's some organization that's happening from the coach's side on that first day.
Sorry, Elaine, I muted you.
That's okay. Just if I understand correctly, your question, you're looking for the list of other coaches in your age group for the
Yeah.
other teams. And can you email me? I should be able to provide you with that. I'm just super busy.
Okay, no, I have no idea what my role is supposed to be. I think I'm an assistant coach, but I don't know if I'm an assistant coach.
You are, I think I emailed you earlier, and also recognize your name. You are coaching, you have 2 daughters, correct?
No, I have one daughter. One daughter and a
Okay.
friend who wanted to play, but it just, I don't know, like what's expected on the first, like I know what's expected on the first day, but I don't know who I'm communicating with on the field, so.
Okay, yeah, email me and I'll
Okay.
let you know.
Sorry for not putting up my hand.
Thank you.
Neil, do you have a question?
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've done this. So I've signed up to coach for U13, U14. So in the past, and I can't recall how this worked, but so will we be completely responsible for the activities, like the training activities that go on, or will there be some? I know in the past there was like a week to week. Okay, we're going to work on X, and there were the coaches for the younger groups, but it sounds like that's not like at least the paid coaches. It sounds like that's not happening for this age group. So just wondered what guidance, or do we sort of do it on our own?
Elaine, this age group, they just play straight, right? Like it's okay. Just wanted to double check. So that is a great question, Neil. So the reason why we don't have the paid coaches in the U13 to 18 is that they actually don't run the activities. This is just like an hour of playing time. Okay. So it'll be 2 halves, if that makes sense. So you're just there to kind of, again, facilitate substitutions. If you want, in doing strategy as well, how can we, defend, or how can we attack kind of, but those activities are not in the 13 plus, if that makes sense.
And so thanks for that. That's good to know. And sorry, okay, just monopolize for a few seconds. Other question, how long is the halves? How long is halftime? And the last question, if you have to miss a session, is there someone else, like, would you have to coordinate with the parents to maybe cover, or would there be someone from the NTSC who could do that?
Yeah, great questions. Elaine, are they 25-minute halves? Is that how that works? Or are they, yeah, I think they're 25.
I believe so. I can have that confirmed, but I believe so. It would make sense.
Okay, yeah, I believe it's 25-minute halves, and then 5 minutes in between, and then kind of like a little bit of buffer between the beginning and the end. We can double check with that, but I can ask Adrian, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. And then the other question was, covering. Elaine, do they get maybe the emails from all the other parents on the team? Is that, and then have someone cover?
Yeah, we don't have the staff for that. So if one of the parents would have to cover for a coach who can't make it.
Okay, I'm sure I can coordinate something.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Awesome. Thanks, Neil. About the police check, I don't think you need a police check for that age group. And if you're a parent of one of the kids, then you don't need it. Or guardian, parent or guardian. Is there any other questions? Is it just you two? I don't know who's in the, oh no, there's a couple. I think that's everything. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, please, again, email either me or Elaine. I will copy my email again at the bottom just because it's easier to find. And with all the information coming about who's on your team and everything, that will be through Power Up. And then again, if you have any other questions, just email either Elaine and I, and we'll get back to you. Oops, I just copied mine twice. Okay, there's Elaine's. Elaine, do you have anything to add, or is that everything?
I think it's all good from my end.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and then we'll see you this weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.